if you're a creative and you're still trying to hit your first ever $10,000 month, or at least consistently hit $10,000 months, maybe your jobs are looking like $800 jobs here, maybe a $500 job over there. Your proposals you're sending off are all custom and it feels like it's burning you out. You don't even know what next month's calendar looks like or the month after that. You don't have a lot of work coming in. Well, if you're a photographer, a filmmaker, social media manager, or content creator, and you resonate with that, this is for you.
Yeah, because hitting consistent 10K months is not just about working harder, it's by operating off the right business model. And over the years, Joy and I have coached hundreds of creatives to be able to hit consistent 10K months. And the thing that stands out for those people is that they are operating off of one of 4 business models that actually propel you to 10K months. And that's what we're going to talk about in this episode.
Yeah, so no fluff, not theory, real life examples. Even going to show you what Christy and I are doing and which models we are focusing on as photographers and filmmakers. So really excited. The examples we're going to show you, some of them are doing $10,000 a month, $15,000, $30,000, even $40,000 a month. So here's what I want you to do as we go through this. I want you to think about, based on your personality type and your interests, which model do you think is going to help you get to where you want to go this year in your business? So we're going to break it all down. Let's jump in.
But hey, real quick, before we get into the episode, we are going to be talking about something so exciting that is happening. So if you are a photographer, filmmaker, content creator, social media manager who wants to hit consistent 10K months in your creative business, we've got something for you.
Yeah, we've got the 10K per month creator workshop happening on Wednesday, February 25th, 4:30 Pacific Standard Time. We're so excited about this, guys. You guys are excited about this. We're getting messages from you. There's so many of you already registered. So we are super excited for a 2-hour live, completely live workshop and free. On the 25th, we are going to be covering these 4 things. Number 1, helping you understand the 4 stages of scale. So you actually go through stages in your business, and if you don't know which stage you are in, it's hard to actually jump to the next stage. So we're going to be breaking that down. Number 2 is going to be helping you figure out which offers you need to be working on for this year and which offers are working best in 2026. Number 3 is we're going to help you focus on 6-figure pricing strategies. So making sure that your pricing is optimized so you can maximize your revenue this year. One of the easiest ways to grow your business by 25-30% is simply by just changing your pricing in a way, though, that is very effective. And lastly, a lot of people are struggling with leads. They're struggling with getting people, inquiring with them, coming to them, wanting to work with them. So we're going to be teaching you about social funnels and some other marketing systems that can help you actually get some leads coming to you so that you're not just freaking out about what the next month looks like.
Yeah, exactly.
So 4:30 Pacific Standard Time on February 25th, the 10K per month creator workshop. All you got to do to get registered, you have to register. It's free, but you got to register, is go to creativerise.com/workshop. You can find that link in the description, or go on our Instagram and just message us or comment on any of our posts the words hit 10K, and we're going to get you over the registration link and you can join us on the 25th.
And a little surprise, we actually, because we love community, we are bringing on 3 guest experts who are all hitting over $10,000 a month in their creative businesses. So not only Joey and I are opening up the curtain and showing you what's happening behind the scenes on our businesses, but we're bringing on 3 experts as well in different fields. So we've got Owen Rossi from Montana. He is a content agency that specializes in outdoor brands. He is currently doing over $25,000 a month in retainers, working with companies like Columbia, Osprey, Eddie Bauer, all these really cool dream brands for a lot of people. We also have Rebecca Soto, Soul Like the Sun. She's coming on. She's a luxury destination international wedding photographer who books weddings for $10,000 minimum, which is incredible. So she's going to talk about how she does that, as well as Taylor Crusoe, who is a social media manager. She's an expert at that. She is hitting consistent $15,000 months and is absolutely crushing it. So you guys are going to love these 3 guest experts. And
it's going to be so good.
So fun.
So good. So guys, let's jump into the 4 models. So model number 1 is the retainer model. And this is the most predictable way to scale to $10,000 per month. And it is for obvious reasons. A lot of people talk about how much they love retainers, and there's great examples of why that is. So a couple examples of what a retainer can look like. So you've got monthly social content. You're helping fill a business or a brand's social content calendar with photos, videos, carousels. You are creating all their monthly content. That can be a retainer. Maybe you're helping them with their paid ads and making sure every month, if it's a product brand that relies heavily on paid ads to sell their products, you're helping them refresh their products every single month. Maybe you're a social media manager and you are helping run their socials so that they don't have to think about it and their brand can thrive in the attention economy. Maybe you are a UGC creator and you're putting together retainer packages to make sure you can give clients a sufficient amount of UGC in order for them to fill their content calendars or wherever they're going to be putting the content. These are all great examples of retainers. Now, there's a few reasons why we love retainers. Number one, stability. And stability for you and the brand or the business. So first of all, speaking on the brand or the business's side, it's great when a client gets to work with a creative on a consistent basis because they can really dial in the style, the creative direction. They can dial in their communication and their flows. And so they know when they're going to get content, what it's going to look like. And so they can really plan and prep for that and lean into that. Where when you're working with new creatives every single month, it can sometimes feel stressful. Some creatives might drop the ball. So working with a client as a creative on a retainer, basis is really actually advantageous for the company. Another reason is stability for you. Obviously, it gives you financial stability, helps you plan out your months, helps you plan out your calendar. You know what's coming in next month, which is incredibly, incredibly advantageous. And this is why it's very easy to scale to $10,000 per month with this model. You get 4 clients at $2,500 a month, and boom, you are there at $10,000 per month. So it helps you with forecasting your own finances for next month. And one of the other reasons why we love retainers is it helps you really increase the lifetime value of that customer. So lifetime value or average, customer value is a term that we throw on to the idea of really how much is a company or a client of yours paying you per year. If a client is paying you $5,000 a year and then you can get them on retainer where they're paying you $2,500 per month. So they end up paying you, like $25,000, $30,000 per year. Obviously, you just grew your business, right? Because you took that client from a $5,000 average client value per year to a $30,000 average client value per year, which is an incredibly good thing. And that's what really, really helps scale. So creatives who really thrive in a retainer model or creatives who do not like the feast or famine mentality. You do not want to have to wake up every single month and have to go fight for new deals because it's a new month. You have no work on the calendar, right? If that is you and you do not thrive in that, well, the retainer model is really, really great for you. This is also a great model for those who like ongoing, consistent work. They like to work on similar projects, work on similar brands, work with similar products, and they don't necessarily get bored of shooting the same thing every month. Now, if you do get bored really easily and you need variety, this might not be the best option for you. But for those of us who really enjoy the stability financially, but also even with creative stuff and the creativity and stability around that, then retainer models can work out really, really well for you. This often works best for people shooting in the brand or business space, as that tends to be just where retainers, tend to gravitate towards. So why it works in 2026? Well, the reason why retainers are so powerful in 2026 is because we live in the attention economy, okay? The attention economy is simply described by brands, businesses, organizations need to gather attention in order to grow their brand, in order to sell products, in order to sell services, or to push the agenda they want to push in the world. And so what they need to do in order to gather attention in the attention economy is they need good content and they need a lot of it. So we live in a world that is rewarding people who put out a ton of content. And so brands need to hire people on retainer in order to help them fulfill these content needs. So there's a lot of brands and businesses that are contracting creatives, photographers, filmmakers, designers, creative directors, whatever you might be, on retainer so that you can help a brand thrive in the content and attention economy. So that is why it works really well. Another reason was because every single month, the month resets, right? When the month resets, people have to start from scratch. And so if they have to go look for a new creative every month and then onboard them, get them used to their products, take them through trial and error until they really understand their brand, that would not be very efficient in the attention economy. So again, brands lean towards working with the creative on an ongoing basis. And content is a big way businesses get attention and sell products. And so again, retainers are phenomenal to solve that problem. So a couple of real life examples of this. Lucas Mann, he is from up north in Canada. He is from the BC area up in Canada, British Columbia. And Lucas runs an agency called Man Media, and they're killing it right now, working in the construction and the agricultural niches. They're just working in other niches as well, but those are the ones he's really focusing on right now. And they are filling clients' monthly content calendars, and they're doing some social media management, a little bit of paid ad stuff here. And he's doing like $40,000 a month which is incredible. And these are consistent recurring contracts. How awesome is that? Another example is Owen Rossi from Missoula, Montana. He runs Native Release, which is a content agency solving video, photo, and ad problems as well for the outdoor space. And what's great about this is he's doing $25,000 a month on contract, so he knows what's coming in next month. Or you've got social media manager Taylor Caruso. She's from California, and she is helping social media management. She's helping businesses, and specifically accommodation businesses, hospitality businesses like luxury Airbnbs. She's helping them with their social media management. She's charging like $2,500 to $3,500, $4,500 per month per client. She's doing $15,000 per month on retainer, which is really awesome. So these are all examples of great retainer business models.
Number 2 is the campaign model. These are high ticket, customizable one-off projects that you can do for clients to hit consistent 10K months. Now, what this looks like is this might be a $8,000 to $20,000 brand photo and video campaign, which is where that's my arena. That's what I love to pitch, and that's what I love to do. This could be seasonal campaigns. This could be one-off content libraries. This could be like brand new product launches. These are one-off campaigns, projects, things that you can pitch in order to hit consistent 10K months. Now, why this works is that a lot of brands feel more comfortable doing one-time commitments than they do retainers. Some brands will say yes to a $20,000 campaign over an $1,800 a month retainer deal because they have a lot of perceived value in this one-off campaign because it's a new product launch. And they know if that flops, it's going to affect their revenue so heavily rather than maybe a retainer that you're trying to push that you know it will do really good for them, but the perceived value is already sitting over here. So there's a lot of perceived risk when it comes to not landing a new product launch or a seasonal campaign or absolutely crashing on their socials. Whatever it is, these one-off campaigns can fill a lot of value for these clients, and they can actually be pretty high ticket for you as well, which is awesome. It also feels luxurious that it's customized to them. It's not a cookie cutter offer that you're pitching to a bunch of different people. It's you strategically working with a brand to bring their idea to life and actually make it flourish via content. So it's photo, video, UGC, all of that stuff can be housed into these one-off campaigns that you can sell. You can also sell within it the actual campaign production of it. It's not just showing up on set and shooting whatever they've set up. You can actually have in this, and this is what I specialize in, have campaign production in there. You're sourcing the models, you're sourcing the locations, you're sourcing the ideas, you're giving them mood boards and strategizing with their team on what's going to fit best for their marketing purposes. So the campaign model style, who is this best for? What type of creative? It's best for someone who probably gets bored easily. You like variation. You like new projects. You like new clients. You like all the newness and not doing the same thing every single month. If you are that type of person, this model is literally built for you. You also need to be great at production. You also need to be great at details and great at the strategy side of what you're doing if you want to operate off of the campaign model. You got to be really great partners with the brand. You're not just a creative. You also need to literally thrive on pitching. You're going to be constantly sourcing new clients, new projects. You got to get really comfortable with pitching, really comfortable with relationship building, and really comfortable with lead generation. So real life examples of what this looks like. We've got Dagan, who's over in Australia. He is an incredible brand photographer. He made $140,000 this last year working with outdoor brands. It's incredible. He had an $8,400 deal with an Australian tourism. It was a photo job. It was incredible. So these types of clients can work really well in these one-off campaigns. We have Ross from Colorado. He just hit a $20,000 month this month working on these one-off campaigns. He did a $9,000 deal with a sunglass company, which is so epic. This is, again, this style of model of business, this campaign model, I operate my business a lot off of. So if you are someone who likes one-off style campaigns, a lot of variation, and you like high-ticket clients, this model is for you.
Model number 3 is the productized offer model. Now, this is amazing because this model focuses a lot on rinse and repeat. You are finding a set of problems that one identity, one ideal client deals with, and you're building a really good productized offer that is going to solve those problems and create the opportunities that that ideal client is looking for. And it's going to have very similar deliverables every time, very similar outcomes, and probably a pretty similar price. And so you're building a product around your services that you can rinse and repeat. So a couple examples of this, very standard, very easy, wedding photography and wedding filmmaking. These are productized offers. This is where you come up with a couple of packages and you sell it to as many ideal clients as you can in a given year for similar deliverables and similar price points, right? Maybe this is quarterly content days. This is like, hey, 30 images, 7 UGC pieces, 6 reels, 4 carousels. We're going to do all of that in 8 hours in our awesome 8-hour quarterly content shoot. And it's going to be this price, right? You're productizing something. So productizing is really, again, where you find a problem, you come up with a really good system and good deliverables to solve that problem, and you build it into a solution. Another example could be like headlining films, right? You're going to a company and saying, hey, we're going to build you a 60 to 90 second film that lives on the top part of your website, in the bottom of all your email footers, and it's going to help you with this outcome, and this outcome. Here's the price, and we're going to do it all in 7-day turnaround. Like that is how you productize an offer. So why does this work really, really well in 2026? Well, first off, because there's a really clear scope. There's really clear scope and there's really clear outcomes. Clear scope and clear outcomes mean that there is clarity, which makes people saying yes to it, clients saying yes to it much easier. When a client knows exactly what they're going to get, exactly what deliverables look like, and the price that it's going to cost and how many days it's going to take to get this done, there's a lot of clarity there, and people love to act on clarity. So one of the reasons why productizing your offers is so good on your journey towards $10,000 per month is it allows clients to just really understand what you do. When you build a brand as a creative around your productized offers, people know you for something, and getting known for something is a phenomenal way to $10,000 per month. It also works really well because it's easy to market when you have a clear productized offer. You can go out and pitch it. You can go out and sell it. You can get online and talk about it, right? So it's easy to market, easy to sell because of the clear scope, clear outcomes, and clear pricing and systems you use in order to really make this service happen. So who is this best for? Well, this is best for creatives who want simplicity. They're tired of doing a project over here, a project over there, and their scope, scales, and maybe the type of creative they're working on is just so different. They're looking for simplicity. They want to productize their offers, focus on one industry or a similar group of people that all have the same kind of problems, and really dial in a good solution for them with good systems and sell that to them as a productized offer. So this also works for people like a filmmaker, who's wanting fewer jobs, or a photographer who's wanting fewer jobs, but more high value jobs. Productizing your offer is a phenomenal way to charge more high ticket. Okay. So a couple of real life examples of this. Kelsey Hartel, she is from the East Coast of the US. She is awesome. And she was just kind of like a brand photographer floating around doing brand photography. She was doing some wedding photography. And then she really focused on, wow, what if I productized my offer? And she built a 4-hour offer. For 4 hours, she's going to fill your next 3 months of social content. 4 hours, 90 days worth of content, and it's all for one price. That's awesome because her ideal client can look at that and go, oh, I know exactly what it's going to cost me in terms of time, exactly what it's going to cost me in terms of investment. And I know exactly what I'm going to get, what the outcomes are. 90 days worth of content, which is amazing. Rebecca Soto, she's a wedding photographer from California, and she has a great productized offer for high-end wedding photography. She shoots very, very beautiful weddings all over the US and even into Europe now, doing a lot of destination travel weddings. And she's thriving right now because she has very clear packages with very clear deliverables, very clear style, and also very clear outcomes on what the bride is going to get to experience, and very stable prices. She knows exactly what she's going to charge. The price is what the price is. And so people have clarity in that and they can take advantage of that. Another one, Hunter and Michaela from Sweet Spot Film Co. here in California as well. They're focusing really heavily right now on pin post packages. So helping, businesses get 3 pin posts up on their social media by helping them script, write, film, edit, and post those posts. That is a system. That's a framework, right? They're also helping them with headlining films for their website. So productizing your offer rather than just being like, yeah, I'm a videographer. I can show up and shoot whatever you want. No, going into it being like, yep, I'm going to tell you what you need because I'm the specialist in this area. Here's what you need the most to solve this problem. Here's the productized offer around it. Here's the price. Here's the outcomes. Here's the scope. And I can get it done next week. That is going to help you get to $10,000 per month much, much faster than if you're operating out of a model, that's just a lot more confusing. So productized offer models are incredibly clear, which make them easy to execute on, easy to market, and really easy to sell.
Number 4 is the service stacking model.
Yeah. So some examples of service stacking are wedding photographers who, not only just shoot wedding photos, but now they're adding, wedding content creation, or a brand photographer who's used to shooting photo campaigns who's now going, hey, every campaign I'm going to shoot, I'm also going to add on UGC content or video, right? Or an agency model where a client comes to you, gives you a budget, and you are able to split that budget up into a ton of different services, stack them all together like photo, video, web, social, and really solve a bunch of problems for people. So service stacking is undeniably probably you and I's favorite. We hang out here all the time. In terms of the models that grow our businesses, the biggest deals we've ever done in the history of our businesses have all come from the service stacking model, where we're really solving a bunch of problems for clients.
Yeah, and service stacking is the name of the game in 2026, in my opinion. Not only because it's, for the client, less people to manage, it's also usually more budget friendly than having to go out and hire a bunch of different people, but it's also strategic. You're viewed more as a partner rather than a vendor. You handle a lot of different aspects of their business, therefore you have a more full funnel approach with, let's say, a brand. Like, you're managing lots of different things in their business. So you become a strategic partner rather than just like a luxurious content creator that they can just hire off for a one-off thing. You become a trusted partner, which is really, really cool. Who this is best for? It's best for wedding photographers who maybe feel stuck at like the 3 to 6K mark, and you want to be able to upgrade someone to a higher amount of services so that you can bring that average client value up, which is massive. This is for photographers and filmmakers in the brand space. If you want to add on different UGC packages, you want to add on video, you want to do other things to be able to up your campaign budgets. Like, this is massive for people. And if you are not doing this, we would really encourage you to do this.
Yeah, it's really just for people who are going, I'm in the like $2,000 to $7,000 per invoice range, and I'm trying to learn how to get 5-figure deals.
Yeah.
5-figure deals are often just built by service stacking. It's a client giving you more trust to handle more services, and you are stacking them, and your invoices end up being $15,000, $20,000, $30,000, right? Every time Christy and I send off an invoice that is, multiple 5 figures, it is probably because we're stacking a few services into there. It's probably photo, there's some video, there's some UGC, there might be, some web or brand strategy, there might be some social play, social strategy. And so it's very, very important that if you're looking in 2026 to go from those $2,000 invoices to $8,000 invoices, service stack. If you're going from $7,000 to you want to start, working with clients where they're giving you like $20,000 budgets, it's probably going to be some service stacking. So a couple good examples of this, people that have done this really well, Lewis and Daria, they're filmmakers from Toronto, wedding filmmakers from Toronto. And Lewis was always like, hey, I'm shooting really beautiful wedding films, but I would love to get our average price per wedding up. So what's the answer? Well, use Service Stack. His wife started a wedding content creation business, and they started merging their packages together and stacking those services together. Yeah. And now their average wedding booking is over $10,000, which is amazing. They're getting their average price per client, average price per wedding day, way, way, way up, which is growing their business. Or Christy and I, we hang out here a lot. All of our biggest deals we've ever had come from service stacking. Our, $15,000 campaigns often are a mix of photo, some reels, and then, now actually more UGC. We're service stacking those together. Our $50,000, $60,000 brand strategy deals often have some, brand strategy involved. They have design involved. Sometimes there's a web element, there's a content element. And so we hang out here a lot. This is a model of business that has grown Christy and I's businesses a ton, and service stacking is a phenomenal way to go. So that wraps up all 4 models. And here's what I want to know. Which one are you doubling down on? Which one are you picking? Are you picking multiple of them? Which one aligns with your personality, with where you want to take your business, the revenue you want to drive this year, maybe the clients you want to work with? But I also know you're probably thinking, what's next? How do I market this? How do I price this? How do I sell this? What are all the next steps of building out these business structures so I can take advantage of the fact that there's never been a better time to be a creative, in the most lucrative economy to be a creative? And if you're thinking those things, you're thinking the right things. I hope hearing about our stories through these models and hearing about all those mastermind grads as we broke down their businesses was really inspiring to you, very insightful to you. And if you're thinking about what it looks like for you to build this out, well, again, reminder, we got the 10K per month creator workshop happening February 25th, 4:30 Pacific Standard Time, completely for free. Would love to see you there. We're going to be going that next step, looking at these models, but now talking about how to build offers for these models, how to price them, how to market them, so you can actually make 2026 the best year ever. We're also going to be doing live Q&A at the end. It's going to be a ton of fun. We're going to have some awesome guest experts on there. So you do not want to miss this. If you've made it this far on this video, guaranteed you are going to love the value and get so much value out of our free 2-hour workshop, the 10K per month creator workshop. Again, February 25th, 4:30 Pacific Standard Time. So here's how you get involved. Here's how you register for free. Link in the description, or just go to our Instagram and just send us the message, hit 10K. We're going to send you over the link to sign up for free, and we'll see you on Wednesday, February 25th, 4:30 Pacific Standard Time for the 10K per month creator workshop. Guys, hope you enjoyed this video. We'll catch you guys on the next one.